I mean, it's been such a long time that my career's been so varied at Spring that I started out as a freelance designer, then midweight designer, senior designer, rose up to creative director, and then my role kind of morphed into more of an account management role as well as the creative director role. So it's been quite varied, to be honest with you. So it's been interesting process and seeing how my career's developed over that time. I'm a creative at heart. That's kind of where I trained. But it was just by chance that I kind of moved into firstly a project management role when working with Aldi as a client, and then it developed into more of an account management role. So it's just something that I was able to take on, and it was quite a good fit for me. I love meeting people. I love learning new things. I think if you do the same thing all the time, you don't learn anything. So I quite like that variety and the differences in the roles over the years, which has given me a lot of experience in different areas that I never would have expected. No, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have ever expected to be at a company for 15 years. But as I said, it's just been so varied. It doesn't feel like I've been in the same company for 15 years. And I've worked with so many different people and had so many different experiences that it's never felt like I've been at one place. Obviously there's just been so many developments in technology, ways of working. We've got an innovations team now. It's so fast moving and fast paced, that I'd say the technology side of things is where it's really changed. I think, starting out from never having considered working remotely and never really wanting to work remotely to being forced to because of the pandemic, I think it's just kind of opened up different ways of working. And then obviously with offices all over the world, it just means you've got that better connection between offices. It's a lot easier to communicate with people, to collaborate, not just colleagues, but also clients. So I think it's just opened up that whole element of communication and the feeling of closeness, even though you're quite far apart. I think working with so many different people at so many different levels, in so many different departments, it gives you so much opportunity to learn different things from people, from their experiences, the talents that they've got, and the experiences that they had throughout their career and their roles within the company. And I think that kind of branches out to Spring Family as well. So getting to work with other companies within Spring Family. I've worked with a lot of fantastic people over the years that, are lifelong friends, and, the wealth of experience and talent that I've been able to kind of soak up from them, because I'm a bit of a sponge in that way, has been fantastic. So I couldn't really pinpoint one thing that I'd say that was a defining moment. I think you just kind of have these things that happen throughout your career that kind of build up to great memories with specific people and colleagues. I think just there's no such thing as a stupid question. Ask a question. If you don't know what you're doing, just ask. And I think just being inquisitive. I've often been sat in meetings and thought, I don't really know what someone's talking about, or they've used an abbreviation or something. And it's a case of just ask a question. If you don't know, just ask. And I don't think there's any such thing as a stupid question. And I think when I was younger, that's probably where I was lacking, in that kind of inquisitiveness and probably the confidence to ask those questions and not be worried about it. Because I think, you don't know what you don't know. So you've just got to ask. I think it's a bit of a cliched answer, but I'd definitely say the people. I think there's so many different services offered at Spring Production. From 3D motion to copywriting, digital, the creative team, the project management team, who are incredibly important. I think it's the wealth of knowledge that is combined. With the innovation team as well. There's so many different aspects that come together at Spring Production to support clients. And, it's not about being a supplier to a client, it's about being a partner, it's about collaboration, and it's about working with them for them to improve and for us to improve. So I think that it goes top down from the onboarding process, which has to be so rigorous, to the project management, to actually carrying out the work across the different services that we offer. So I think it's a combination of things. It's all those different people that make it happen and that you can rely on. I think as well, it's a very, obviously being a Danish company, there's a very flat structure. So even when it comes to top management, you know that you can reach out to people. It's a very open and collaborative atmosphere and nature to the company, which I think is a great aspect, and I think that's what makes it unique. I think it's definitely different to the way that I'd ever worked previously. I'd only ever worked for UK companies. I think there's a lot of different cultures at Spring Production, because obviously we've got the production hub in Vietnam. You know, we've got the German office, the Danish office, we've got Polish colleagues, we've obviously got the UK. So I think the different cultures combine to kind of make it that unique element. Because you know, there's a lot of cultural differences between people, but I think everyone works well together. Everyone's aware of those cultural differences, and I think those cultural differences are a plus. They actually kind of, you know, make it more than just, you know, we're not just based in the UK. We don't really see ourselves as just being a UK entity. We also see ourselves as being Spring Production, and that covers all the offices. I think from a personal level, it's seeing the expansion of the UK operation. It's something that I'm involved with, and I think it's an exciting time. We've got new colleagues in the new business development team, and there's, you know, we're raising the awareness of Spring Production in the UK, and I think from part of my role is client relationship management. So I'd really like to see that develop and grow from a UK perspective. You know, get some more UK clients, and develop that side of my role as a side from the UK operational side of things that I deal with as well. So I think for me, that will be the most interesting part of my role. I think generally for Spring Production, it's just seeing where we go with all of these technological advancements that are happening at the moment. It's so fast paced, and it's just interesting to see where that goes, how it can work for clients, how it can work for us as well. Is an incredibly important factor. So it's just going to be interesting to see how things develop.
So what is there to say about Simon Misra? Well, I could divide it into his likes and dislikes. So starting with his dislikes, his cats, the Arctic Monkeys, pronouncing colleagues' names, Manchester Victoria Station, who does, recycling collection teams during his early morning run, too much cheese on his pizza, hosting his kids' birthday parties at home, Lego left on the hallway floor, and students, all of them really. And let's get to his likes. He likes craft beer, especially on train journeys, 90s indie music, except Oasis, Barcelona, and he obviously loves his wife and the twin boys. Oh, and being alone. He loves just being by himself. Well done, Simon. Proud of you.
My favourite thing about Simon would have to be the fact that he never fails to make us all smile in the office with his silly, silly dad jokes. They're my favourite.
My favorite thing about Simon is how he always appears calm in every situation. I mean, who can stay that zen all the time? That's just Simon.
Hey, Si, just a quick message to reflect and extend my gratitude to you on this special occasion. You have always been there for the entire Spring team, and especially in my 8 years at Spring, you've been at my side and given me all the support that I could have ever wanted or needed. So thank you, and thank you on behalf of everybody else at Spring for bringing the laughter, the good vibes, and the support whenever it's needed. Thanks, man. See you soon.
Happy work birthday, Simon. I know that we've only worked together for a super short, but ultimately very sweet amount of time compared to how long you've been at Spring. But I know in you, I have a colleague slash boss, big boss, that always has my back, that is incredibly supportive, that has a very dry sense of humour, and that rises to any challenge, be that a work challenge, be that number of beers you can drink on the train, be that deciphering my unique Lucy language where I only use half words, or be that answering with joy the many, many questions that we ask you when you're deep in emails on a Monday afternoon. For example, Simon, are you a rich tea or are you a chocolate digestive? But happy birthday, congratulations on your time at Spring, and I look forward to working with you for many more months and years.
Hi, Simon. Congratulations on your work anniversary. I've only been here a few months, and I just wanted to say thank you for making me feel so welcome and for checking in every day. At first, I thought you were just super friendly, and now I realize it was just your clever way of making sure I remember to fill in my timesheets. So, congratulations again on your incredible milestone, and to many years ahead. Bye.
My favourite thing about Simon is how he'll casually drop little bits of information about really cool things that he's done, like opening for the Arctic Monkeys 3 times, like it's absolutely nothing. I also like how he stinks up the kitchen with his fish in the microwave usually. Just a lot of fun.
My favourite thing about Simon is his dry sense of humour and Simon after a Christmas party on train beers. That was an experience.